Takumi-san.
From here on, the school stories will commence the truth. Once it starts, everything else will be put on hold until you clear it. Proceed? Yes.
Yeah.
Good to go. Well then, let's look back on each incident the MRC's investigated so we can hopefully gain a better perspective. This is going to be like the final side case in the first judgment, isn't it? Where it's like you've completed everything, but now like you're going to get like a homie from each of the clubs that comes out to help out at some point during this big final mission, right? Let's investigate. Let's crack down. I'm ready. I'm ready to see how this all comes together. And like, see, it would explain why, because, you know, Itakura was living on her own, yet still she was supporting herself somehow. I feel like there's something there.
Hey.
The dance club. In the dance club, Maika Takanashi got into her sugar baby gigs through the professor's message board. This is what led us to discovering the actual site on the dark web. Students post on the site by using an exclusive browser and register by using their students' IDs.
In other words,
As such, we've come to the conclusion that the professor has a very advanced knowledge of computer networking and programming. Uh-huh. Like Itakura?
Yeah.
That, or he's got someone in his crew with the knowledge.
now that you mention it,
As for Takanashi-san's motive for becoming a sugar baby, that was a rather unexpected development.
Yeah.
Yeah. The person Takanashi went through all the effort for was Itakura. A second-year student and former chairman of the Cultural Festival Committee, a good student with high marks, but 6 months ago she clashed with the members of the Cultural Festival Committee, resulting in its dissolution. Itakura was widely disliked among her peers. After the Cultural Festival's massive failure, Itakura stopped coming to school and started showing up solely for the MRC. She's now a programmer for the Robotics Club as well. Like, Kotoko Itakura. Last semester, Itakura was the chairman of the Cultural Festival Committee. Takanashi was a member of that committee too.
But
The other members got sick of Itakura's poor attitude and eventually began ignoring her. By the end of it, everyone had turned their backs on her.
yes.
That had to have been rough. At any rate, the result was a colossal failure of a cultural festival, and Itakura-san has been seen in class ever since. Thus, the identity of the dance club Sugar Baby was revealed, but the case didn't end there. Someone by the username of Dancing But that's what. And you remember, Itakura was like pissed when she found out who this Sugar Baby was. She was pissed. She was like, "You've been doing what? Why would you be doing that?" She was pissed that her best, like one of her good friends, was involved in her. It's Itakura. Someone by the name of Dancing Bunny posted a request for a physical assault of Nodozuki-san, captain of a rival dance troupe. And the person who requested the hit turned out to be a bit of a surprise to us.
Yeah.
The true identity of the poster requested the attack on Yurie Nodozuki was Kaoru Kamikato. It was the dance club advisor, Kamikato. He used Nishizono's Dancing Bunny account to make the request. Except, according to Sakakiba, the professor actually never granted the request, despite the generous offer from Kamikato. What we can deduce from this is that the professor's motive behind his machinations are not actually monetary in nature. It does make me wonder what the professor's criteria is for selecting posts. She's trying to get back to the ones who wrong. I'm almost guaranteeing if you line it up, like the request she accepted had some connection to the cultural festival. I'm almost certain you could line it up like that.
what the?
The leader of Made in Heaven, Yuma Suo. He went from the disciplinary committee to a biker gang practically overnight.
Yes.
It turned out that Suo-kun's mother had forbade him from participating in motocross, so he was doing what he could to suppress that desire of his while still having an outlet for it. Right, the professor picked up on that jealousy, so he exploited it. By manipulating Suo through certain means. The letter. Apparently, he was tipped off by a letter found in the committee's suggestion box from a Professor M. Pretty safe to say that was the professor. This was supported by the fact that the letter was dropped off directly in the committee's suggestion box. Since it's located on campus, I find it highly unlikely that the professor attends or works at our school. Highly likely, not highly likely.
Takumi-san.
We mustn't forget, though, there was one more key figure in this case. An individual connected to the Neo Keihin gang.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that would be Koga. Oh wait, no. It was Don. Don Murasaki, aka Ghost. He's the younger brother of the legendary gang founder Reiji Murasaki. Don's goal was to rise to the top of the Ijincho underworld so he could step out from his brother's shadow and make a name for himself. Koga, the Neo-Keihin gang's leader, took notice of him and used his ambition for their own gain. They were trying to make up for their lack of heavy hitters by making Don Murasaki the rep of Made in Heaven and recruiting him to the Neo-Keihin gang.
Now that you mention it.
This Koga really must have wanted to win the professor's favor, given how he thought of this as a sort of offering to the professor. Right, so this wasn't one that the professor signed off on. This is one that Koga noticed and insisted that the professor take care of. Meaning, if it were Itakura, she had no connection to Suo at all. But because, you know, one of the Keihin guy was like, hey, since like the top Keihin guy was like, hey, this one, she was like, okay. I still think it's Itakura. Robotics.
Suspicious.
The Robotics Club. I nosed around there after reports of robot cut purses in the city. As a result, we discovered that the thieving robot's designer was Karamazaki. Karamazaki-kun. To be honest, I had suspected Kitagawa-kun. It's a shame I misjudged the truth. Nah, I knew who it was from the jump. Luckily, we were able to get our hands on something juicy at that lab. A key piece of evidence that points towards the professor's motive behind instigating all this criminal behavior. That would be copies of the email correspondence with the professor, which we found on the lab's laptop. The professor was explicitly plotting with the Neo-Keihin gang to turn Karamazaki-kun and 7 other specific students to the wrong side of the law. 7 other specific students, 8 total, the 8 kids from the fucking cultural festival. I guarantee you, the other 8 kids on the fucking culture festival committee.
In other words,
So, 8 students total. Still don't know why he chose them, but I believe finding that out will be the key to discovering the professor's true identity. I swear to God, I'm telling y'all right now, it's Itakura. The Todoroki boxing gym. This is the payback boxer case. Some masked kid kept picking fights with martial arts experts and other rough and tumble types out in the streets. And in the end, we figured out who he really was. It was Kenya Oshikiri. He's a former karate club member who turned out to be the wunderkind of Todoroki's gym. In fact, we even have the evidence of Oshikiri's motive. Oshikiri only entered the Genbukai to try and overcome his fear of his father, Fudo. Problem is, he found out that all his fights were fixed in his favor. His champion status was a setup for the showrunners to line their pockets.
In other words,
And he learned it from the professor who sent him all the evidence he needed to see the truth for himself.
which means,
Which leads us to the question, why would the professor reveal his own hand like that?
in other words,
Had this news of match fixing leaked to the public, people would stop betting. The Genbukai racket would be done for. We can at least assume that the money is not the motive.
if I have this right,
Looks like the professor's motive is a major key to solving this case. Yeah, it's revenge. Gotta move there.
what the?
Shinosuke Shikishima, leader of the Ijincho Hounds, a local skateboarding community. He's also the culprit responsible for drawing the graffiti art that suddenly appeared on the walls of Serio. The professor just so happened to be the motif of that graffiti.
Yeah.
Shikishima received a direct request from the professor via the website's private messaging system. That was what led him to take the school. Graffiti is the perfect blend of crime and art.
Hey.
Kanta Ikawa, former president of the photography club. He'd been blackmailing Saiga-sensei to save up for his college tuition. Thanks to the professor's website, Ikawa-kun found out that Saiga-sensei was having an affair. The professor supposedly reached out to Ikawa-kun to make first contact, rather than vice versa.
In other words,
Which means Ikawa was one of the professor's targets. Right. That's another thing to distinguish. Some people put in requests, and some people were targets. Like Komikata put in a request. However, Karamazaki was targeted. Hikawa was targeted. Shikishima was sought out. He didn't put in a request. Suo was sent to was targeted, but only because one of the Neo-Keihi noticed him.
Suspicious.
Genya Sambamatsu, the head of the Seiryo High's esports club, he cheated in competitions with a tool-assisted joystick.
Yes.
He seems to have acquired the program and his joystick from the professor. And it's apparently too advanced for any normal high school student to have developed it,
In other words,
which would mean the professor has unusually high technical skills. Uh-huh.
what the?
Kashino. Kahaka Hayakawa, a female student in the board game club, started going to an underground casino here in town looking for thrills. Since minors aren't usually allowed in casinos, Hayakawa got access by borrowing her brother's membership card. She even impersonated her brother whenever she went to gamble.
But
In the end, though, we learned she had nothing to do with the professor.
Excuse me.
Since her case won't contribute anything to our work on the professor, I'll go ahead and exclude it from our list. Yeah, that'd be nice. Emily S. Mochizuki, popular employee of the girls' bar Girls Bite. Kizuna Ashihara, a third year at Seiryo, lied about his age and frequently visited her along with members of the Neo-Keihin gang. Ashihara-kun supposedly joined the Neo-Keihin gang thanks to his senpai.
yeah.
That was the unique part of this case. Ashihara had no contact whatsoever with the professor.
Wait a minute.
In other words, he wasn't one of the professor's targets for delinquency. However, Ashihara-kun happened to overhear some key info about the professor while he was at the Neo-Keihin gang's hideout.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Koga hung up after a certain phone call, he muttered something to himself. Ah, my wireless bill this month. That brat. Supposedly, that's what Ashihara heard Koga say. The fact that he said brat must mean the professor's quite younger than Koga. He's most likely around 40, so we can expect the professor to be in his teens, maybe early 20s. I know who it is. Everything points to Dakota. Alright, we've gone through all the information we have so far. The biggest thing we still don't know is the professor's motive behind selecting those 8 specific students to lead astray.
Yeah.
Out of the 8, we know one person for absolute certain. Kuramazaki-kun in the robotics club.
Yes.
And Kuramazaki-kun for sure. And you remember, at some point, Itakura said she couldn't stand to be around Kuramazaki. It was one of the reasons she originally abstained from joining robotics. She couldn't stand Kuramazaki, didn't want to be around him. Because he was on the Culture Festival.
In other words,
We're up to 7. One more person left.
which means
Assuming our theory is correct, there should be one student remaining who was led astray by the professor. Kento. Wasn't he another one of the guys? Who could it be? Maybe the student's actually been involved in illegal activity this whole time. And we just haven't caught wind of it yet.
yes.
Perhaps you're right. We must figure out who this last individual is as soon as possible. It's Kento. It's Kento. From Kento. Yep.
Kento.
Hello? What is it, Kento? Oh, sis, thank God. Where are you right now? At HQ with Yagami-san? Yagami-san's with you? Perfect. I'm actually at the Popo in front of the station right now, and I've got a bit of a situation.
Hey.
What's wrong? Well, Hey, you little bastard. Ah, crap. Kento? Sorry, call you right back.
Hey.
What? What was that? Everything alright?
No.
I'm not sure, but it sounds like Kento's in some kind of trouble. That's not good. Where is he? He said he's at the Popo in front of the station. Come on, let's go. Oh, okay. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get to it. Everything makes sense. It's 100% Itakura. If it is not Itakura, I'm going to be so fucking surprised. If they are setting up Itakura just for it to be a random swap, it's like, no, it wasn't Itakura. Bullshit, it's Itakura. Just wait. Just you fucking wait. Just you fucking wait. 100%. 100% without a doubt, not a single doubt in my mind. It's Itakura. Not a shred of doubt. Not a single part of me is thinking, well, maybe it's potentially, nope. Not even a bait and switch of like, yeah, you think it's Itakura. Nope. It's not, I think it's Itakura. It's, I know it is. I'm telling you, without a doubt. No, you're going too slow, Amasawa. Listen, I love you, kid, but you need to fucking pick up the pace if you're gonna roll with the youngster. Nowhere to go? Come on, let's throw down, huh? I'm trying to fucking... There we go. Deflection. That's what I was trying to do. I kept trying to time it just
Really,
right.
guys?
It's not working. Yes, you're coming with me. Pick up the pace, kid. We got places to go, people to see. Move, move, move. I got a fucking case to crack, goddammit.
Yagami-san.
Now it's the clerk inside. Yeah, you do that. Now let's scoop out the area. So, is that bag?
Huh.
Yeah. Go on. It's Kento's. The wallet I gave him for his birthday is inside.
Seriously?
No way. Ask the clerk what happened. You stay here, Amasawa.
Yes.
Okay. I see. So no idea where he went?
Yagami-san.
What happened to Kento? Apparently he was here with a woman in her late 30s who was dressed, amorously.
Huh?
An older woman? They both got dragged into a black car by some guys who looked like Yakuza. They just took off.
No way.
Yagami-san, do you think it was the Neo Keihin gang? Maybe they grabbed him because we're getting closer to the professor. It's hard to say. Whatever the reason, we need to find Kento-kun. If only we can figure out where they took him.
What should I do?
Kento, where did you go? No. Don't worry, I got this. Rampo!
Buddy.
Yeah! Good boy.
All right, let's go.
Give him the wallet. Oh? You know where he went?
I see.
Rampo. How could I forget about him? Alright, Rampo. This is your time to shine. Yeah, he's a good boy. What a bubber.
Got something?
That way? Hey.
Move it, Amasawa. Me and Rampo are on the case.
Doing great.
Yeah, where is the buddy? Okay, we're going this way. Oh shit, the street art.
This way, huh?
But Rampo, the street art. Alright.
Got something?
What do you got, boy? Rampo? There we go, there's my boy.
Doing great.
He's in the building, huh? Kento-kun should be somewhere around here. What is this place? Let go of me, you bastard!
Keto!
Hey, that's Kento's voice. Guess now's the time to mess with the intercom. Time to beat some ass. Let's go. Hello, asswipes. Kento-kun.
Yagami-san! Huh?
The fuck do you want? Fuck you.
Nah.
Alright, like telling you is gonna change how this goes. I'll take every single one of you on. Bring it. What in the? What's this guy's deal? Let's just kill his ass. Go ahead and try. Go ahead. I dare you. Go ahead. Kick my ass. Show me what you got, bitch. Bada boom. You there. Ho. No,
Kento-kun?
stop the hoe. Kento-kun, are you alright? Yeah, Umi-san. I'm sorry. Let's get out of here. How come you didn't stop the hoe? The hoe ran away and you didn't stop her. Clearly that woman was involved. She didn't look like she was being held hostage there. What the fuck? What is wrong with y'all?
Sorry.
I'm sorry, sis.
Hey!
Apologies are appreciated, but they aren't explanations. Now explain yourself.
So, actually...
She was my sugar mama.
What was that?
I'm sorry, you're what?
So,
Well, if a lady wants to date a younger guy and she's willing to spend the money... Yeah, no, I get it. Opposite of sugar daddy. That's, not what I meant. Turns out she's also seeing this guy who's kinda in the Yakuza. Oh, I see. You little idiot.
Hey.
How did you meet her in the first place? Well, I, used the professor's site.
Huh?
What?
What?
You've been posting there? In that horrible place?
sorry.
Yeah, like I said, I'm really sorry.
What?
I can't believe you. All while we were chasing after the professor. Kento-kun, how long have you been doing this? For, like, 2 months now. I started pretty soon after I first heard about the site from a friend. I was just reading the site and posting for fun, nothing serious. Then one day I got a DM from the professor. It said, I'm well aware of your looks and social skills. You can make some serious spending money doing this. And had a little job description after that.
No way.
So, you got the idea after the professor whispered in your ear.
Now that you mention it.
Yagami-san, the professor's goal is to make 8 students become delinquent in some way or other, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're pretty sure we know who 7 of them are.
Which means...
Well, perhaps that last student is actually Kento.
I guess so.
You know? Could be. Yes, piece it together. Who are those 8? Yes. Yes. Huh? Me.
Yeah.
Yep, and just like that, we have our 8.
Hey.
Mel Amasawa, now that we've got a full list, finally work out the professor's motive.
Yes.
Yes, I think we're finally ready for some serious sleuthing. Firstly, the professor's motive isn't monetary, so what other motives could we possibly theorize? Revenge. Let's see, for money, for love, for revenge. There are plenty of potential reasons. Yeah, that's true.
Amasawa.
Say, Amasawa, what do you think would have happened if we weren't there to set those kids straight? What would have happened? Well, they obviously would have continued their delinquent behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's safe to say. It was also very likely that they would have been caught eventually. Every time a crime is repeated, the risk of discovery increases. In all of these cases we looked into, the police would have caught the kids eventually. They took the investigation seriously enough. I suppose. That's true.
Which means...
Oh, so, in other words,
Yeah.
we can predict the outcome the professor was hoping for. There's a good chance they would have gotten caught and punished for their crimes in some way. Yeah, that seems to be the most natural outcome. Most likely sent to an institution of some sort, expelled from school, and possibly even turned into a criminal case. Oh, wait. What if that was the goal?
Huh?
Uh-huh.
In other words...
You're saying the professor's goal was to get those students out of Serio by getting them in enough trouble to be expelled or incarcerated.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just a theory for now.
I see.
I see. But it does make quite a lot of sense in this scenario.
Amasawa.
Let's see if this line of thought leads us to the professor's identity. We can move on, if not. If so, what do 8 people on our list have in common? What indeed? What's the professor's criteria for selecting these students? Hang on. These are... Yes? What is it? Nah, it's just a coincidence. Right?
Kento-kun.
Notice something, Kento-kun?
No.
Well, you were talking about what they might have in common, so I just gave it a thought, and... But there's no way I'm right. I'm terrible at that detective stuff, you know? Fucking spit it out. Kento, just tell us.
So,
Well, all 8 students.
so actually,
We were on the cultural festival committee. Yes?
What was that?
They were what?
Kento!
Kento, are you sure? Yeah, there should be a picture somewhere. Found it. Here. See? All 8 of us. I love Oshikiri just fucking chilling there. He's just like, yeah, I guess I'm here. And who's dead center? Yeah!
Really?
It can't be.
No way.
Takumi-san, doesn't this mean...
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. We know someone with the motive for turning those 8 serious students into bad apples.
In other words,
This theory ties everything we've learned about the professor together into a neat little lead.
what?
What do you mean? Let's start by summarizing the professor's motive. At this point, it's safe to say revenge.
Yes.
I agree. Revenge sounds like the most fitting motive if the end goal was to get those students expelled or punished. Next up, we've already deduced that the professor has an advanced knowledge of computer programming and networking. Considering the complicated Darknet forum, the cheat tool, and the betting site for the Genbakai, I suspect those skills are what drove Koga to curry favor with the professor, to benefit the Neo-Keihin gang. Also, the delinquent who went to the girls' bar, Kizuna Ashiwara, heard something important when he saw Koga. He had called someone a brat after hanging up his phone. He was likely talking about the professor. A brat? Lastly, and this is the big one, there's only one person from the cultural committee who hasn't been caught in any kind of delinquency. Someone who definitely has the motive to seek revenge on the other committee members. And someone with such advanced computer skills, I wouldn't be surprised if that knowledge extended to websites too.
I think we finally know who the professor is.
I fucking knew it. It's unfortunate, but she fits the profile to a T.
In other words,
You're right. Professor's true identity is Kotoko Itakura. What? But Itakura... Don't you see? The cultural festival wasn't just a flop for Serio High. It was a catastrophic blow to Itakura's ego. It may have been due to her own attitude, but she had to deal with committee members arguing with her, blowing off of their duties, and even boycotting meetings. The cultural festival was destined to be a failure with that kind of situation, but she still took it so hard that she stopped coming to school entirely. Who would really be surprised to find out she's had a grudge against her former committee members this whole time?
Real.
No way.
Yes.
Not only that, Ichikura-san is very proficient with computers. She put together that mystery trick encyclopedia in no time, and it's professional level work. She also tutored Sakura-kun in the robotics club with his programming.
But
The professor was selling answers to mock exams and stuff on the site, right? You'd have to steal that from cram school's computers or something. Only a professional hacker could pull that off. About that, there's still something that's been coming to mind every so often. At first, it was just a curious discovery that didn't mean much of anything. What is it, Amasawa?
Excuse me.
Well, when I had you go undercover at Todoroki's gym, do you remember when Itakura-san found a photo of Furuoshi Kiri in that weekly magazine? Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, I remember.
That being said,
Well, I did some more research on that picture. Turns out, the article appeared and was pulled several years ago due to a legal claim.
What was that?
What?
yes.
I tried reverse image searching the photo, but it seems all digital versions of the article were pulled as well. My guess would be, the Omi Alliance pressured them into self-censorship at some point. Whatever the case, the fact is that no one should have been able to find that picture, unless they somehow accessed the publisher's servers.
In other words,
So, you think Itakura might actually be that good at hacking?
Yes.
Yes, it's quite likely. Recall how Fudo Oshikiri turned out to be the key to the Payback Boxer case. What if Itakura-san fed us that information so Oshikiri-kun's crimes would be exposed and he'd face criminal charges? No way. What kind of high schooler would be thinking that far ahead?
That being said,
I just can't believe it. Not yet. Not the Itakura-san I know.
Amasawa.
Well, let's ask her to come meet with us. We should ask her face to face. And hope the only thing that comes out of it is a good laugh.
yes.
Agreed. She usually drops by the club around this time. I'll try reaching out to her. Let me guess, no response? Are we actually Are we actually going to get a confrontation? Nope, no response. She's not showing. Oh shit. Hello, Itakura.
Amasawa-senpai!
Do you need something?
Oh,
Nice reaction you got there. Ah, there you are, Itakura. Here's that a quick question for you. Won't take long. What? Well,
Yagami-san!
she can't get away. She locked us in. Fuck. What the hell? Come on, it's stuck.
No way!
I think she locked us in.
Really?
Wait, did she bring a key with her in case this happened? Open, damn it! Yagami, you know how to pick locks, goddammit. What are you doing? Homie, I know you know how to do this. Why are you wasting your time slamming into a door when you can just... Done. Style. Where is she? Where is she? Hey, you. Girl just came out of here, right? Koto Itakura. Itakura-san? Yeah, I saw her. Which way did she go? Now towards the front gate. Outside? Okay, thank you. Unless that was a trick. She could have easily paid that man off. I don't trust him for a second. Oh wow, we really loading this one, huh? Wow. There we go. Damn it, we can't lose her. See her anywhere?
Yagami-san!
Look. Itakura.
Hey!
Kento, I'll take it from here. It's probably best that you don't get involved. Yeah, no problem. Let's go.
Itakura.
Running through the courtyard wiped me out. Exercise really isn't my thing.
Will you talk to us now?
Is that Cassandra Lee Morris?
Knowing how perceptive you are, I bet you knew what we were going to ask just by looking around the room, right? But no, it's nothing more than a theory. I'd really prefer to learn this was a misunderstanding.
So, Itakura, if we wanted to run our theory by you, would you deny it? Would you?
How weak. Nothing's worse than detectives who don't trust their hunches.
That is absolutely Cassandra Lee Morris.
Yep. I'm the professor. I'm the one who turned all the cultural committee members into delinquents.
What?
No way. You're kidding me. When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. Isn't that right, Anasawa-senpai? A real detective faces every truth equally. But why? You seem like you were finally happy in the MRC. Tell me, why?
Well, I mean, all this shit
Time to
happened
talk.
prior to the MRC.
Why did you go through all this effort?
Well, when I first made the website, it was really just because I was bored at home. Eventually, all sorts of people started posting. People venting about their parents or their teachers. People who needed quick money. People craving revenge. And the more advice I gave them to achieve their desires, the more popular I became. Before I really knew it, people had started calling me the professor.
Well, why did you meddle with the lives of your cultural committee? Was that for revenge?
Revenge? Kinda. I mean, I just figured it'd be easier for me to go back to school if I got rid of all the people I hate.
I kinda
Now-
figured.
None of that matters.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Professor.
All up Koga's ass. Koga.
Koga, you're late.
My apologies.
She summoned Koga here to protect herself.
I see now. Her confession was just to buy her time.
Koga, you've really hit rock bottom. So broke that you have to lean on a schoolgirl?
Goodness, you really are unbelievable. I suppose you're only capable of surface-level observations after all.
What?
She's already a professional-level hacker. We partnered with her because we are genuinely impressed with her talent. We don't think of her as a mere high schooler, like you seem to be doing. Not that I should expect someone as narrow-minded as yourself to see the true value of the professor. After all, a hacker's age is irrelevant to their work. Consider the U.S. Department of Defense. Their website was hacked by a high schooler, and they in turn praised his achievement. Or the recent incident of a 16-year-old netting tens of millions of yen through cryptocurrency. I've even heard of criminal organizations in South America training children to be hackers. This proves my premise. A hacker's age has nothing to do with ability. We intend to nurture her talents for the sake of the Neo Keihin gang, to surpass even our previous efforts.
He wants to get even bigger than the Keihin gang was originally.
Koga, tell me, what's your scheme here? I know you weren't turning all these kids rotten without some kind of reason.
We shall utilize the dark web to create the greatest black market ever.
Why would you tell me
The
this?
student forum and gambling
I know you think
website
you're about to kill me,
are
but
the practice runs for our true vision.
You're making a black market site?
My firm, Koga and Company, has been dealing in illicit goods such as firearms for several years now.
come to think of it, he's been selling guns to the public in Kamurocho too.
Unfortunately, the underground economy is already flooded with competition, not to mention your meddling.
What, me?
It's
No.
nigh impossible for newcomers such as ourselves to break into a market where there are such dominant powers. However, the dark web is still largely unexplored territory. An entirely untraceable, secure territory at that. Despite these benefits, no one has capitalized on this untapped potential within our country. This means the entirety of online criminal business in all of Japan is ours for the taking.
Itakura, this sound like something you want to do? Help Koga enable violence across the whole country?
I just can't take the horrible cliquishness of it all anymore. Ever since that godforsaken festival.
Just like I thought. She's still trying to cope with what happened in the Cultural Festival Committee.
And it's not like it ends with school. I'm trying to fit in at some desk job for the rest of my life. Just the thought of it makes me sick. I refuse to live in constant fear of getting excluded for no reason beyond getting on someone popular's bad side. That's why I've dedicated all my efforts to what's most important in life. The strength to stand alone.
Itakura-san.
Well, Professor, let's take our leave.
No.
Please, it's too cold out.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Koga. Let's go. We have plenty of work to do.
Itakura, stop. Are you really sure about this? Joining up with such terrible people?
I've made up my mind.
Yagami-san, I suggest you stop interfering. Unless you want to see what'll happen to the girl if you don't. Yes, just stay right where you are. Heed my words. Pursue us, and the girl gets one right through the skull.
Well, we'll see about that. Damn it.
Itakura-san. Why?
Interesting. Where do we go from here? Like, I always knew this was gonna end with a big final showdown with Koga. Yagami-san, what should we do? You're staying in school. She wasn't shivering. She was trembling.
What? Excuse me.
What are you talking about, Yagami-san? Never mind. Our next move is to track down Itakura, figure out how to rescue her. Would it really be a rescue, though? She rather seemed to prefer leaving with them. We just have to find her and talk her out of it somehow. Messing around with that gang is only going to end poorly for her.
Amasawa.
We can't let a member of the MRC go down the wrong path that easily. That'd make me one crappy advisor, wouldn't it? You're absolutely right. And one more thing. You forgot an important point, Amasawa.
After all, a
Truly
truly artful detective can solve incidents before they even occur, right?
You got me there. We sure have our work cut out for us, though. Let's head back to the club room. I want to talk about our next steps.
Yes.
Alright, sounds good. Man, I can't wait to beat Koga's ass. Let's go. It's been a long time. It's been a hot minute since I got to lay the smack down on good old Kogster.
Yagami-san!
Where's Itakura? We're not sure. Koga from the Neo Caking gang took her. What? She got kidnapped?
No.
Itakura-san seemed to want to go with him. Wait, what? So, what do we do now? We get to work.
Right.
Wow. I mean, I get it, but how? Where do you think she went? Do you know anything about the Neo Caking gang having a hideout?
Nope.
Back when I was investigating the robotics club, I found a spot that seemed like it was theirs. Unfortunately, they've probably moved on from there by now. Oh,
But
luckily, we do have one lead to work with. I actually memorized the license plate of the car that took Itakura.
Huh?
What? You did? That's crazy. Yeah, it was basically out of instinct. The police should be the only ones who could do something with it. Should we file a report then? That you saw a minor get kidnapped?
nope.
No, that should be our last resort. Getting the police involved guarantees Itakura ends up in some serious trouble in the end. Ah, that's true. Should we split up and search the town ourselves? We know they have to be based somewhere in Ichincho.
No.
Nah, it'd take forever with just the 3 of us. And the Ichincho's freaking huge. Good point. Wait. Maybe we can actually make it work.
What?
Huh? If we have the car's license plate number, there is one way we might be able to track it down. I know the super hacker, Tsukumo.
It can't be.
Oh, right, Tsukumo-san. Let's ask him to help out. Maybe he can hack into some of the surveillance cameras the police have around town. If he can do that, maybe he can find the car for us. That seems unlikely, even for someone as talented as Tsukumo-san. We're talking about a government authority here. You've got a point. I don't want to see him get in any trouble either. Besides, I read somewhere that the police only install their cameras along the major roads and pedestrian areas. Since they don't cover the alleys or other discreet areas across town, I doubt their surveillance system would do us much good at this point. Perhaps it's worth looking into as a last resort, but I think it'd be better to consider other options for now. Maybe you're right. In that case... Alright, there is one thing that might work. We ask everyone to lend us a hand. I should have figured it was going to be that one, but...
What?
Who's everyone, exactly? All the students I've met here at Serio. Ichincho's definitely too big for the 3 of us, but not for dozens of people. The numbers are on our side that way. Oh, now there's a way to go about it. Yeah, since we know the car's license plate, we don't have to worry about false IDs either. This could actually work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's time to work together and crack it for good. Hell yeah. Let's go. Let's go. I knew it was going to be a thing where we called in like everyone we've fucking worked with in the past. I knew it. I fucking knew that's how it was going to come to a close. It just had to. Especially if the Caking Gang was involved, because that was what happened in Judgment. You finished every last side case, and then you took down the Caking Gang. Squad up.
Hey guys, sorry to have you come here so late. Like I told you before, the cops can't get involved in this. That's why I need your help.
Sure, but why do you need us, though?
Well, it's to rescue Itokura. Beyond that, though, I can't share the details. Sorry.
Hey, Yagami. This is weird. Beyond a couple of exceptions, everyone here was on the Cultural Festival Committee at the same time as Itokura.
What?
And she was the one who we all kind of, you know.
Oh, now that you mention it.
And you've been after this professor person. Is that related to this somehow?
Shit. Oh, it could be right at home in the
I can't say it's
MRC.
unrelated. I also can't say each of you had no part in the events leading up to this either.
I see. I don't know what's going on, but I knew we'd have to face the music someday.
Same here. And it's always bugged me. I feel terrible that I've never summoned the courage to apologize either.
Yeah, but I was basically just a shadow member on the committee, remember? I only joined in the first place because I drew the short straw.
Yeah, but you still showed up at meetings, at least at first. Even though all you did was eat our snacks.
Huh. Did I?
Yeah, and you gave Kotoko a real attitude, too. In fact, you were one of the first to give her the cold shoulder. Don't tell me you forgot, either.
Did I really?
You sure did. So, don't go pretending none of this applies to you.
Guys, I just need you to do one thing for me. I'm gonna give you a license plate number. I want you to search the town high and low for that car. It's a black four-door sedan. And I'm talking about covering the entire town. So we're gonna need serious numbers on this.
Hell yeah,
Ask your
gang gang.
friends to lend a hand if you can.
Yagami, don't you worry about it.
Hell yeah.
If you need the help, I'll round up Made in Heaven for you.
Ah, hell yeah.
That'd be a huge help.
Yagami-san, you have the Robotics Club support as well.
Hell yeah.
Tokura-san is a highly valued member of the team.
Damn
and
right.
you know the rabbits would be happy to help if it's for you, Yagami-san.
Hell
We're
yeah.
out and about
I
so
love my
much,
rabbits.
We know the city like the back of our hands.
We'll find that car no problem.
Damn
Thank
straight you will.
Kitagawa, Nishizono. All right, everyone. Hit me up the moment you see that car.
Understood.
Fuck yeah.
What do you mean Itokura-senpai's missing?
I don't know all the details. Let's just trust Yagami-san on this one. Besides, if one of our own is in danger, then we're all in danger until we mount a rescue.
Yeah. You're right.
Fuck
So,
yeah.
what's the plan, Okitagawa?
We're going to handle this the way we know best. Here's our strategy.
All right, rabbits. Time for us to calm the town. Go!
Hop, step, rabbit! Woo!
Huh? A pro? At what?
No. She goes by the Professor.
Huh? That's English, though.
Yeah, sure is. Get with the times.
Oh, you little asshole! Don't you throw that boring bullshit at me. The Japanese word is sensei!
You're so embarrassing.
Made in heaven rise again tonight, fellas! Let's fire 'em up!
Hell yeah. Gang gang. Gang gang. Thank you everyone.